Waking up early is like having a superpower. If you do it right, you can completely alter the course of your day and set yourself up for huge success. The only issue is waking up early every day sucks and can make me feel terrible if I don't do it properly. Every once in a while, a boost of motivation hits me and it's just, all right, that's it. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow morning and the next morning and the next morning, and I'm going to wake up early every single day for the rest of my life. I would wake up the next morning, great. And then the next morning, maybe a little bit groggier. And then the next morning, even groggier, crankier, and then probably give up on the fourth day. This would repeat on a cycle every couple months. The goal of waking up early every day seemed unobtainable and just frankly impossible. That wasn't until I started using this extra time properly. The difference between success and failure at this is how you use that extra time. Picture this. It's 5 a.m. and my phone starts buzzing. I can't have volume on my alarm because my 1-year-old sleeps just a few feet away in her crib. I dig around for my phone, I find it underneath the pillows usually, and flick the alarm off before it wakes up the baby. Once the alarm is off, the task becomes actually willing myself out of the bed. This part is where everything becomes success or failure. What I've done to help is build a set of procedures to actually make me want to get out of bed, instead of repeatedly telling myself that I have to get out of bed. I had to learn to be kind to myself in these early moments. I had to learn to use this time for things that I actually enjoy. I had to learn to just not add more to-dos to my morning. And fourth, I had to actually be an adult and find a bedtime. We'll dig into each of these and we'll start with being kind to myself. I can't make the sudden decision to wake up early every single morning and expect it to work 100% starting the next day. Whenever I would inevitably sleep in on day 3 or 4 or day 2, I would bury myself in pity and probably give up. Back to the drawing board, you blanking blank, is typically how I would talk to myself in those moments. The lesson here, and in every other part of my life, is that things get easier when I'm kind to myself and when I'm patient. These types of habits are meant to form, not just start. The process of getting myself to a point where I actually am capable of getting up at 5 a.m. on a good morning, this takes time, and it even takes some patience and cheesy positive affirmations. Those cheesy positive affirmations are actually surprisingly powerful. You have to be slightly self-aware and a little tongue-in-cheek for them, but they are certainly much better than the self-deprecating humor that I was using before. When I say being kind to myself, that also means acknowledging when I just simply need that extra sleep. Waking up at 5 every day is fantastic and helps me a lot. But getting another extra hour of sleep on a bad day is also super helpful. I have to be in tune with my body and know what I need to best set up my health. Or if the baby was awake all night, I could really need that hour between 5 and 6 to get an extra hour of sleep instead of jumping out of bed. There's nuance to all of these lifestyle design things, and we just simply have to be kind to ourselves. We can't just always be a drill sergeant to ourselves. Doesn't work that way. Number 2, use this time for things that you enjoy. Those positive affirmations can only get me so far. At a certain point, I need something to directly look forward to when I get out of bed. Something more than just my cup of coffee, which I certainly do look forward to. For me, the biggest thing so far to look forward to is writing and meditation. And most recently, my Monday mornings have become time for me to sit down with Destiny and just play video games for an hour and really set myself up for a good week. And that's how I wake up on Mondays. It's a lot easier for me to jump out of bed when I have my Monday set up like that. These early hours are where I write some of my favorite work that I've posted. And it's also where I experimented with YouTube for the first real time.
Number 3, be flexible. No, not like that. flexible with your time, dummy.
Add in meditation to those creative mornings and it's life-altering. I've been aware over the past few months that the early hours of the morning and the first couple seconds my eyes are open are my most volatile time for my mood, my anxiety, my awareness, everything. It's volatile, and I'm usually dealing with the anxiety that I feel in my sleep when my guard is down. The brain can do all sorts of things in your sleep, and for me, I wake up anxious. The second I wake up, I am anxious and cranky, and I need something to fix that. Taking time in the mornings to focus on my breathing and to tackle the relationship I have with my thoughts, and it's become sort of an antidote for these sickening reactionary impulses I have in the mornings. Number 3, do not add more to-dos to your morning. This is where I went wrong every single time I've tried this before. I would set myself on waking up early and immediately notice the extra time on my hands. Instead of focusing on things I actually enjoyed, I would twist these newfound hours into more time to do chores. And after building this enormously flawed plan, I would give up on day 3. The alarm buzzes at 5 a.m., and the only thing waiting for me once my feet hit the floor is chores. That's not gonna get me out of bed. I'm gonna go back to bed every single day if I have that option. Create this extra time for you, not for more things to control you. The chores can be done later. Use these early hours to prepare yourself for the day instead of trying to get a head start on it. Number 4, find your bedtime and be an adult. I suck at this. I suck at finding and sticking to a bedtime. Finding a bedtime as an adult, and especially as a parent, is so difficult. I'm always eager to take advantage of these later hours in the night. Get the kids in bed and me and Amber get to actually sit and visit and discuss and talk about things and see each other without the 1,000-mile-per-hour speed of the day. I've found myself being the most comfortable going to bed around 11 p.m. It could be earlier, but anytime I try to set it earlier, I wind up rushing my evening and being more stressed out than I need to be. The habit of going to bed at a regular time is so much harder than waking up at a regular time. The tagline in this video is waking up early, but without feeling terrible. That without feeling terrible part is thanks to a regular bedtime. I don't necessarily focus on getting the most sleep that I can, especially since I'm a parent. That's just not always realistic. I instead set out to get a consistent amount of sleep, which is also tough to accomplish as a parent, but it's more achievable than getting a lot of sleep, or 8 hours of sleep every day, or 9 hours of sleep every day. I just needed to take the time to find what works for me in our schedule and make it consistent so my body knows what to look forward to. There are certainly days where my 1-year-old or even my 4-year-old or 7-year-old get to dictate my sleep. And that's fine. That's part of the gig. And come February, when we have one more, it'll be even less sleep. So I might need to report back on this topic as a whole in the future. But for now, this is what's working for me, especially being kind to yourself. Any new habit you're trying to form, be kind to yourself and be patient with the process. Thank you for watching. You can find a lot more content like this on InTakeCreate.com, even the written version of this article that I posted. You can follow me on Instagram, InTake.Create, and keep up with everything and help me celebrate life, creativity, and health. Thank you.